honest, it's a very anxious time. But as a nation, we ought to be thinking about the long-term impact of this. And your previous speaker was talking about McKinsey kind of pumping up Purdue Pharma. We all remember that Purdue Pharma was marketing so much more OxyContin than was really necessary for people with cancer. And the reason they did that is because the profits were real. The greed was paid off for Purdue until the settlements came. And many people scratch their heads and say, how could we have ever let Purdue Pharma and the other big pharma manufacturers just flood the marketplace? And all I would say to them is, well, if you think that's awful, why are you about to let it happen all again? I mean, some people might say marijuana is...
This is the West Coast version. I went to New York in 1996. And I told them that
degrees. The fact of the matter is, we know if a young adolescent who's suffering from stress and anxiety uses marijuana, it's going to make them feel better. And if they're anything like me, and if there's just this percentage of them that are prone to be addicted, have the disease of addiction, then we're going to see that many more people ultimately suffer the disease of addiction in their lives. And I know it is a plague. I know addiction is a plague. I've seen it up close in my family. I've suffered in my own life. I've seen it with my friends. And I don't think our country is really up for this trade-off. In order to have a commercialized product that's so addictive and being able to pay the price for that down the road with all the people that are going to suffer from this disease, I just don't think people care. I'm really concerned that we're not as sensitive about the disease of addiction.
Nobody is saying what you're saying, social pressure. Not to say what you're saying is intense. We have no debate about this. And that's why I'm so grateful you came on tonight and that your voice remains in public, challenging people to answer the question. Because no one's being forced to have
yesterday, 50 euros today, nigga, hey, going to your old hit, folks, but I get for good roads, beat the whole, got a whole like flow, your video, that's the deal. Forget how you feel, you gonna run, you gotta hang on the seat, yeah, in the people, yeah, I'm real, got a shit, so who like the show, yo, yeah, you know, and then you go, it's going to grow, just keep your feet going, you can nothing good. When
QAnon conspiracy theory driving concerns about a potential attack on the U.S. Capitol today. We're joined by my colleague Anderson Cooper, who answered a truly fascinating special report here on CNN called Inside the QAnon Conspiracy. Anderson, thanks for coming in. I want you and our viewers to listen to part of an interview you did with a man who believes QAnon conspiracies involving prominent figures, including you. Listen to this.
You DM'd me saying that I was going to be executed and that you were going to...
Yes, I wasn't very nice.
Well, you said you were going to enjoy it, and then you followed up and you said, execution, bang, you're dead.
Yes, I did.
So,
You're right. That wasn't not very polite. You weren't the only one I sent that to. And I've since backed off because I can't prove anything about you, Anderson. All I know is there's a lot of strange coincidences. I would say anybody who is high up should be shown to the world via public execution. Hillary should be executed live so all of us can see the end of evil. And like I said, lesser people, we don't necessarily need to see it. So like if someone who's not high up in the cabal, I don't think we need to see it. But
you're
personally, I want to see
President
it.
Obama, President Biden, you're saying they should... George Bush, they should all be executed publicly.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because they're part of this.
Wow, that's so scary, Anderson. Tell us more about how you've been personally targeted by QAnon.
Well, I should just point out that man who had originally DM'd me on Instagram, he says he's not a follower of QAnon, though he does believe in basically all the conspiracy or most of the conspiracy theories that they are putting forward, and he uses the QAnon hashtag. He also then later said that there should be military tribunals and then executions. Look, there's a lot of, this is a bizarre conspiracy, and there's a lot of people who get sucked into it. There was a phony flight log of Jeffrey Epstein's airplane that was put online. My name was added to it at some point. There's, conspiracy theories that I am part of this trafficking ring. I mean, it's a really bizarre thing, and there's no real way to fight against it because you can't prove a negative. I mean, none of these things are true. It's a phony flight log that's been floating around. But it's something that, whoever's behind this theory and the other people who add to it, they simply are resistant to any actual rational discussion of, that man in particular, he believes that President Biden very likely has already been arrested, that Washington is now a prison, that's why the National Guard is there, that executions will start taking place on March 5th. And when that doesn't happen, because it's made up and it's not going to happen, when that doesn't happen, they just evolve the theory. They just come up with something new to explain why it didn't happen. It's like the old doomsday, the folks used to prophesy doomsday, when the date passed, they came up with a new explanation.
Again, the elephant, before you get off, before I let you go.
The elephant? Oh, damn.
It's not the elephant. It's not the elephant.
Okay.
Is it possible one of the biggest fights of all time, the matchup between you and Clarissa Shields can ever take place? Is it possible? Because that's what people want to know. What would it take?
It's absolutely possible.
Okay, so now let's talk about it, right? So when you fought Jackie Frazier, you were 23.
Okay.
Amber Alert. That was an Amber Alert. Hold on, let me say it again. When you fought Jackie, you were 23, she was 39. Clarissa's 25 and you're 42. Tell me how you think, how does it go? How does that fight go? If the bill's done right.
Well, the thing is this. I am 42, right? Which, you have to take that into consideration. I'm not going to be what I was, exactly what I was, right? But I am a healthy 42. I'm not a 42 that's just been sitting around. I'm a 42 who doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, eats clean, takes supplements, been training all these years.
Zero losses. Zero losses.
Oh yeah, well I mean, they're supposed to know that already. I don't know how to lose, first of all.
What you
and
say?
I don't know how to lose. I do not know how to lose. It's impossible. So the thing is, but that's all talk, right? So let's just focus on the facts. The fact is that she is just not physically big enough or strong enough to handle me. And she does not have enough skill to keep me off of her. So these are just the facts. So what I'm saying is, if I decide to come forward and come after you, you are not strong enough and you do not box well enough to keep me off of you. Because I can street fight, I can just come in and brawl, okay? Or I can box. Now, if I decide to box you, yeah, people can say, oh, from her side, oh, she's fast, or she this, she's that. It's like, okay, that remains to be seen. But we have seen her in the ring with, and I'm not going to take anything away from her and her opponents, because we all have to fight some people who just aren't as talented or just
some dog meat.
I had to do it. But you still have to look at how they handle them. You have not been able to get these girls out of here. You don't have no power. So when you're dealing with somebody who is an Ali,
Know how to sit down on it, know how to sit down on punches,
come on.
know how to tweak it, know how to tweak
Come
it.
on. So the only thing I have to do is be in shape. I don't have to learn nothing new.
You're already in shape, but you ain't fighting shape.
I'm not in fighting shape. But
How long would it take you? How long would it take you?
if I would give myself, because again, we're talking about something I've never done before, so I would give myself a little more time than I actually think I need. So I would say 8 months. I would take 8 months. Because you're talking about getting in shape, you're talking about getting your speed and your reflexes back, you're talking about sparring, you're talking about getting back in that mindset of going to war, which is something I haven't done in a long time. But is it right here beneath the surface? Absolutely. So, but at the same time, and I have my reasons for why I would want to do it, and I'm not going to reveal those now, because a lot of people will say, hey, why don't you just enjoy life? Well, you never know what I got deep down, some unresolved issues I might want to deal with.
You still got that bite, Layla.
Absolutely.
You still got that bite. I can look at your eyes. I see it right here. Right there. I see it right there.
Listen, let me tell you something. You know what I love to do the most?
Kick behind. Kick behind.
Whoop. I had it. I said, I whispered that.
Love it. You love it.
I like it. I love it. That's what I do. And you know what makes it more fun? What makes it the most fun is that these girls look at me and they have a certain way of thinking because of the way that I look. But then when that dog comes out, they don't know what to do. Ooh. So absolutely. But at the end of the day, Charlie, this is all fun and it's all talk, but I am a
Layla, you're hazy. Layla, you're hazy. Come back. I need to end it. We gotta end this right. We can't be hazy going out.
I'm trying.
Where you at? Let me say, where you at? Where are you? Come back. Please come back.
I'm coming closer.
I can hear you good, but I can't see you good.
You can't, oh, really?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Oh, man. That's
Okay,
crazy.
let me say. There you go.
Okay.
Let me say, no. We'll come some more. Let's see.
I'm walking closer and closer to
I just want to let you know. I'm saying I know the dollar got to be real, so I'm gonna put that out there. That the dollar, we gotta get the dollar right for later.
Well,
get the dollar up.
Well, because can you see me or no?
No,
You can't see me.
I can't.
Oh, well, the thing is that it doesn't make sense for me at 42 with all the other successful things I have going on to stop my life. Because mind you, you know what it takes to train. I have to stop everything else I'm doing. So why would I do that if it doesn't make sense for me financially? Now, mind you, it wasn't my idea. The young lady called me out. So look, I know that it could be the biggest fight of this time because you're not going to get an Olympian and Muhammad Ali's daughter. Forget the fact that we're women. It just needs to be done right. And
Legacy, you got a name.
Huh?
You got a name,
Exactly.
you got a name 0. You got a name,
Absolutely.
24-0.
And you got 2 undefeated boxers, and you have a situation where people think she can do something. If people didn't think she could beat me, then there wouldn't be a fight. That's why people want to see me fight Ann Wolf. People want to see a good fight. So, and I think she is talented enough. I think she's a good
Layla, I
fighter.
can't see you at all. Layla, I can't see you at all. I can't
That's
see you
crazy.
at all.
Why? I wonder why. I wonder why all of a sudden you just can't see.
You're coming back. You come. I know, but you're still again pixelated. It's pixelated. I don't know what the problem is.
I don't either, because I'm on. Okay, look, I
see
got
you.
full
Let me see.
talk.
I can see you now. I can see you now.
All
Right
right,
there.
right here.
We almost done.
I got full bars, okay.
There you go, right there, Layla, right there.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a phone call, I'm gonna call B-Hop up, I'm gonna call up Floyd, listen, we gotta get that money out. It's gotta go down.
Listen.
2021, it's gotta go down.
Yeah, and I never said that it wasn't. It's just that right now with the virus and what's going on in the world, nothing can be planned right now anyway.
Right now.
So that's why I'm not talking about it, right? I wasn't talking about it, I'm not trying to promote, because nothing can happen. So
This
what's
is
the
true,
point?
true.
People don't wanna keep talking about something that can't happen.
Maybe, right.
But
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely. I think that if it's promoted right, do a little TV show to go along with it, build up the
Absolutely.
hype,
Absolutely.
share her story, you know, get people excited. I think because of the fact that I bring the mainstream to the outside of boxing audience.
The
that's
international,
why-
the international draw.
international, people who don't even watch boxing, all these women who follow me, inspired by me, empowered by me, and never even saw me fight. I think that is what's gonna make
Driving
it
force.
big. Yes,
And you
yeah.
have to do a huge promo tour around it as well.
Absolutely.
Internationally. And then guess
And-
what? I'm jumping on it. I'm gonna call Amber and I'm on it. I'm gonna press
Let's
the
do
button.
it.
I'm just letting you know.
Let's
So,
do it.
okay, last thing, COVID-19. You have 2 young children in this space. What is the message that you're telling them? Because essentially, all of us have been put on punishment. What are you telling your kids?
You know, my kids, basically, we were homeschooling already, just so you know. I started homeschooling about 6 months ago.
Okay.
I was planning on going back to school next year. I don't think that's gonna happen now.
Okay.
But, you know, so things aren't as different as they are for some people for us. Because kids being home and homeschooling when they weren't is a big deal. But they're aware, they're not fully, we don't watch the news in my house. I keep up with what's going on by some of my other trusted sources of what's really going on, and I watch the news just to kind of see what the narrative is that was being told to us.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I've always just told my kids, look, we need to stay healthy, we need to boost. And, you know, we just need to stay healthy and safe. And until we really get a better, clearer home right now, but I don't get into detail because I don't know
Well,
what happened.
you pixelate again. Pixelate again.
Hold on. Okay, I should be good now.
Listen.
I should be good.
I want you to close out, yeah. You know what
All
I
right.
mean? 24-0. I want you to close out. You know what I mean?
So can you see me?
No, can't see you yet. Not yet.
Dang, I don't know why.
Can't see you yet.
I think
No,
it's
it's not me. I can see me clear. Do you see me clear?
I can see me clear too.
Can you see me clear?
Yeah, I can see you clear.
Okay, then I can't see you clear, so it's your side.
But that's
Okay,
weird.
right there, okay, right there.
But I have all my bars.
Okay, listen, you got bars, you know what I mean? You got bars.
All
Okay,
right.
So let's finish out.
No, I was just saying, so I have tried to keep the anxiety down as much as possible, but still let them be aware, you know what I mean? And just me and my husband, like I said, I don't watch the news. I didn't watch the news anyway, but, because, you know, it's obvious, it stresses you out. But, you know, we're trying to basically improve in the areas we need to improve and take this time to grow, you know, in areas that we need to grow because we're home together. I will say one thing that is surprising is that I fell in love more with my husband than I was before, which was amazing because, you know, we drive each other crazy sometimes. We've actually been spending so much time together and kind of found that, I'm talking about that, you know, like in the beginning when you're in love, dating kind of thing.
Slowly.
Yeah, and it's really, you know, it really made me say, like, I'm really with the person I need to be with because I wouldn't want to be quarantined with anyone other than him. And this is a time when you really find out, like, you know what I mean?
Make it or break it. Make it or break it.
Yes, you're spending so much time together. And you're really seeing how their character, how it comes out, how they handle this stress, how they handle this situation. And sometimes you gotta give people leeway because it is a stressful situation and some people aren't gonna be themselves. So it's really, we're doing a lot of discovery, a lot of learning, but that's one thing that I've learned, you know, is just, I'm a homebody anyway. I don't really, that's why you don't see me out, you don't see me over in Carpets. I'd rather not be. And if I'm there, I'm waiting till I can leave.
Wow. You don't roll the same way. You don't roll the same way.
Well, Well, Will is so famous that, you know, it's not, people don't realize.
Layla,
it's
you're famous too. Layla,
not like that, not like
No, I
that.
get what you're saying, but you're famous, come
There's
on.
levels to this, but I'm saying, when you can't even enjoy yourself,
Yeah, that's true.
you'd rather just be, you know, I don't have that situation, I just don't wanna be there, so.
Yeah. So Layla, it's been an absolute pleasure spending this time with you. I so appreciate you because you couldn't have done it with anyone else. And I just want to thank you. I want to thank Amber, of course, for putting this together. And listen, stay being amazing. Stay not taking no stuff. Don't kick nobody behind until you get that check. You know what I'm saying? And I need those spices because I'm the biggest cheerleader you gonna have. I'm telling you right now.
I'm gonna send you a care package of your spices,
Need
your
that.
cookbook, and I'm gonna send
Need
you
that.
my youth clinician. Do you want plant-based protein, or do you want,
Plant-based.
do you like chocolate, or do you like vanilla?
I like chocolate.
So I'm gonna send you some protein because you're doing your shakes.
Yeah.
I have a collagen protein, which is amazing because I put it in, it dissolves in water, liquid, food, anything, has no flavor, so that's a good one too, because you can put it in anything. But I'm gonna send you a care package, so Amber get that information, so, and
Amber
I'm
just said, no, I'm gonna do it. Amber just said, tell us, get a website again. Amber, she's on business, they get a website.
Yeah, cause my stuff's frozen, so that, it is me, huh, cause I can't see anything except you.
Right.
It's LaylaAli.com, and you can access my store, that's my main website, or you can go directly to shop.LaylaAli.com, or just link in bio, I'm listed on my profile page.
Have the most beautiful evening. Be blessed. Tell your husband, I say thank you so very much for allowing me to grab his wife for a little minute, you know what I'm saying, to share with our brothers and sisters.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it, you take care.
Appreciate you. Be blessed.
Bye-bye.
Be blessed.
Limited capacity here at the Georgia Federal Team Financial Center. And here comes Clarissa Shields teeing off on the care, backing her up.
Oh, she
Right
got
hand
lost.
spot downstairs.
Yes, but her footwork is flawless. That is key. Legs have to be underneath. And I thought by now she would settle down. With a fighter like Clarissa, you need to settle down.
Shields belting her with that right hand again.
You know, I got a couple of K9 songs. We gonna get a new up-to-date one, but the old ones is really fire. And then the good thing about them is that people haven't heard them really yet, so it's like brand new. You remind me of Blue Blood, much love and respect to you both, like both you guys channel. Alright, appreciate it. Thanks, bro. One love for sure for that. Blue Blood cool though, he cool. I don't know, we done tapped in before, you heard him. You a champion. Of course I'm a champion. And you a champion too though. Remember, you don't have to be a boxer to be a champion either, man. You could be a champion. Everybody good at something. Just whatever you do, make sure you're the best at it. I'm happy to be good at boxing. I'm watching your fights on YouTube. Oh, that's good. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Just subscribe, bro. Thanks you, Willie. Willie Bertram. Thanks a lot, man. Hit the notifications too, though, so you can be alerted. Yes, indeed. What was your fight name? What was my fight name? My fight name is K9. It still is. Yes, indeed. Huh? It's that time? Exactly. There you go. This is my fight name right here. Still is. I'm still fighting. I ain't retired yet. I'm 37, 6-1. So I got 3 more fights to win and I'm done. I remember you from the contender. You went on to win a world title like the champ. Salute. Yep. 2. Make sure you say 2. 2. Not 1. 2. So it wasn't a mistake the first time. Yes, indeed. Hashtag dogs us. I love y'all back too, man. Stay out the way, man. Stay out of trouble. Don't let this COVID get you. And don't take a COVID test. Stay prayed up and work out. Eat right. Stay blaring gospel music as it enters the ring and the sign. Oh, I sure did. Remember that? I came in the ring off a gospel song. People told me, man, kid, that's why you ain't do good, man. You came in off that. Like, man, I'm coming in off of what I feel. If I feel it, I feel it, you know? You good, you good. Hey, JD, just subscribe to the channel, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe too if you haven't. And hit the like button. Appreciate you, JD. I can appreciate your humble energy. Exactly. What did this YouTube podcast eat?
to absolutely. Thank you. I had to reread what you said. Yep. Thanks a lot, man. Was excessive holy. Oh man, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. At the end of the day, she survived. She didn't get knocked out. So you gotta take your head up to her. You know what I mean? She did the best she could do. She just was outgunned, and she just was in there with, you know what I'm saying, probably the greatest female fighter of all time. It ain't no easy task. The only kid hey, listen, he working for real. Yes, they are sleeping on Ben. Ben a smart dude. Yeah, in and out the ring. Oh yeah, dogs up. For real. Yes, indeed. So I think, hey, I think that's enough for the night, y'all. Hey, huh?